Last night on my way home, I was almost hijacked.
You lie.
Literally. So I've compiled a list of the most hijacked vehicles in South Africa. I had my wife in the car. It was an experience. I'll tell you all about it.
What if you can flip a car in 2 years without losing your shirt? What cars are on that list and where can you make money? I've got the list.
Amazing. I can't wait. If you are VW, BMW, or the OEMs that are currently in South Africa, how do you beat the Chinese? I've got a step-by-step formula with a listicle exactly how to beat the Chinese manufacturers that are coming flooding into the South African automotive space. I've got the list. Listen up.
Or are the Chinese vehicles unbeatable?
They're beatable, my friend. I know exactly how to do it. Exactly.
Awesome.
Okay, let's get into it. So, I live very close to Linwood Road in Pretoria. And last night, I drove a BMW 440i. Okay, 440i X-Drive. First time I've
Color?
ever owned one. It's like a funky blue, dark blue, grey color. Very nice car. Very nice color.
Gunmetal grey.
Yeah, something like that. It's got the big grills that looks like Bugs Bunny's teeth. It's got those grills. It's got the number plate. So on my way home, I'm having a bunch of fun. So I phoned my wife. I said to her, you have to experience this car. It's like amazing. She also loves cars. She said, okay, cool, come pick me up. We go down Linwood Road and the road comes into like a little bit of a valley. So I stop at the red robot and here's a white Polo coming across. So it's red for me, it's green for them. And it's a T-junction where they're coming from. And as they turn, almost where my mirror is. Yeah. So I'm a little bit, I've got impaired vision. I can't really see what's going on
That's
here.
your blind spot.
That's my blind spot. And the robot is there and there's like a trash can. And I see the Polo's lights are red, so that catches my attention. Someone jumps out of the back left door and sort of like kneels down and starts heading towards me. So I just laugh. I said, this guy's trying to hijack us. And I go across the red robot. In like 3 seconds, I believe, had I not spotted him, and 3 seconds, 4 seconds later, he's at the window with a gun.
Wow.
So it's like, and then my wife's like hysterical in the car. I said to her, relax, we're fine. There's nothing, it could have happened, it didn't happen, but just be vigilant. So that's why I decided to compile the list of the top 10 most hijacked vehicles. And there's a few cars that are obviously going to be there purely because it's the most cars sold. Polo Vivo is in the top 3. And then the other contenders for the top 3 position, I believe, are most hijacked because they are used as donor cars, which means some of their components can come out of that car and be used in other vehicles. But we can unpack it if you don't mind.
Well, most of their components, right?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them. The engine, the gearbox, the differential, that sort of stuff is easily transferable into minibus taxis. Number one. And number two, those vehicles are in huge demand up Africa, which means if we can get them across the border quickly, the market is it's so big. We can sell them, manufacture paperwork, and then register them as legal cars in Mozambique, in Namibia, Zambia. Huge market for them. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay, so at number 10, this is statistics for 2025. Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Number 9, like really shocked me, i20. I don't know what the i20 is doing there, but it's there. Number 8 is a Toyota Etios. Number 7, Toyota Corolla Cross, which is...
That's odd.
I don't think so.
Because that's a hybrid.
You get different variations. So you get a 1.8 normal XR XS.
Maybe it's the normally aspirated one, because I don't see a hybrid going into a Quantum.
But I see the sales are up. So yeah. Toyota Etios Cross, it's like the most kick-ass car. I love them.
Yeah.
When we get one, I drive one home. That's my ride. I love the hybrid. It's like every time, EVs are cool. But yeah, it's at number 7. And I believe because the sales have been doing so well, the demand for parts is also there now.
True.
Because they're driving around, they're having accidents, and they need lights, bumpers.
Just remember, stolen cars are not only stolen for the whole car, it's stolen for parts.
Mainly, I think 90%, unless exported.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Export.
exported through the river. Yeah, exported, illegally exported. So BMW 3 Series,
That's not surprising, but
Number
it's,
6.
I'm surprised that it's so low down on the list.
yeah. Then number 5, and I think the reality of the matter is, if you have a butter knife, you'll be able to steal one. It's an MP200.
Yeah, but they're like hen's teeth because they don't get manufactured anymore.
The most cloned vehicle in South Africa. These are the most cloned vehicles that we have walked away from as a buying team. Like my friend, at a stage, it was 2 a week cloned. You literally take the VIN plate sticker and you peel it off. You take a photo next to the car and then you stick it back on. And you ask the guy, "What the fuck are you trying to do?" And no, I bought it like this because it's a whole thing. But we'll get into it another day. Number 4, Ford Ranger.
Not surprising.
Number 3, here we go. It's the SUV that everyone wants and has the most trackers in it. So you get one with a car, then the insurance makes you pay for one, and they fit 2 more. It's the Toyota Fortuner.
Well, I mean, you just need to take the body off that car, and it's a minibus taxi, right?
That's a Quantum, 100%. Number 2, VW Polo.
Not surprising it's been there for a long time.
Yeah. And number 1 is the mighty Toyota Hilux.
Which is the same as the Fortuner's chassis.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
And the same as the Quantum's taxi, chassis.
Same.
Same.
So they can literally. I've spoken to so many cops. We've had them on our show, hijack experts. They can literally steal your Hilux and within 45 minutes strip that Hilux. 45 minutes.
Team of people?
Stripped, yes, team of people.
Yeah.
They stripped the Hilux. But what we've found through personal experience is they'll typically take a car like that and they'll go park it at a very busy mall. Park it.
Tracker.
Yes, and they'll monitor the car. Are there people that come and fetch the car? Is the car standing for 2-3 days? But like a busy mall, like Mainland. Park it off at Mainland and leave it there. And 3-4 days later, if no one claims the vehicle, they pick it up and it's gone. Gone. Either a mall or a complex, a big complex, like a Silver Lakes. So they'll hijack the car and they'll park it at the.
How do they get into this?
Well,
complex?
they live there. The hijackers also live there. I'm not saying lots of hijackers live at Silver Lakes. I just use that as an example. But I know drug dealers live there. They rent properties in there and then they move drugs from wealthy estates.
Yeah. So I suppose parking it there, but then that compromises them because if Tracker comes to fetch the car,
It's 1,000+ houses. It doesn't compromise them.
they just don't park it where they live.
Yeah, of course. They park it at the
Somewhere
clubhouse.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, they just park it off at the clubhouse and see what happens.
Yeah.
We found 2 of our cars parked at malls.
At malls.
2 of our cars parked at malls. And when we find it, we just park behind it, call the cops, and it's a thing. Then we're looking out who's watching, but you obviously can't see the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting that the mall's security doesn't. I mean, like midnight, 2:00 in the morning. Surely most of the cars have left that mall.
Some cars get parked off or at the airport. They park cars
Airport.
at the
I've
airport.
heard. I've heard the airport. I mean, I've parked at the airport where, because a creature of habit, you always park in a similar place. I've seen this one Mercedes-Benz SLK. This was years ago. SLK. Go to the airport, park in a similar place, walk past this SLK, black SLK, and it's dusty. People have written with their finger on it.
Yeah.
Next month,
The guy immigrated. He's coming back in 2 years, my
the
friend.
same SLK in
Jeez.
the same place. The dust has just got thicker. And I don't know how the airports company doesn't, or maybe they do,
Maybe.
realize that car has been there for a month, maybe 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, maybe. I think these hijacked vehicles it's just like a 1-2 day process,
Yeah.
and then they're gone. Then they
Yeah.
move with them.
Well, in Dubai, people leave their cars and leave the country.
Have you been to Dubai before?
Yeah.
My friend? I would love to go. That's a
Yeah.
place that I would really like to go and visit.
Yeah,
It looks
apparently
kick-ass.
people just leave their cars and leave.
Jeez.
And leave it at airports, leave it at parking lots. They're
Done.
not stolen. They're just it's not worth trying to do anything with.
So you can't even sell it. Get some money.
For the reason they leave, I don't know. Maybe it's in a hurry.
But maybe they don't have your list to tell us which cars you can drive for 2 years and lose the least amount of money on.
Well, this is an interesting list. So, and it ties into your list. Okay. Because the top car that you can buy and flip in 2 years without losing a bomb of money is the Toyota Hilux and the Toyota Fortuner.
There we go. Supply and demand.
Supply and demand. Okay. It's got legendary resale value. It's bulletproof reliability because Toyota is very supportive of those two vehicles.
100%.
And it's in massive demand. We see it on our platform, Auto Trader, all the time.
We can't keep up.
Massive demand. And the other thing is there's a lot of fleet buyers of these vehicles.
Yes.
So there are a lot of them around and buyers want them. And they're also good even if they've got high mileage.
Very good.
So they seem to retain their retail value even with high mileage. Guess what the second car is?
Polo
Vivo and Polo TSI.
Yeah.
So it's dubbed as South Africa's unofficial national car.
I love it.
But the underlying reason the Polo Vivo and the TSI is the parts are cheap.
Yes.
Have you ever bought brakes for a VW Polo?
Couple of $100.
It's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
To replace brakes on a Polo Vivo.
My friend, we bought, on the service part, we bought a Fiat Uno Fire of a youngster that just reached out, came into the dealership. We did a
Uno
whole
Fire.
thing. Uno Fire.
Do Unos still drive?
Uno Fire, my friend. With
It's like Uno, have you ever seen an Uno Turbo?
Yes, that's nice if you can get one now. So anyway, we like filmed the whole interaction. It's a youngster, man. He wants to start buying and selling cars. So I press him. I put him under pressure in the car, and I just see like an 18-year-old version of me. Same, my friend. Anyway, long story short, we take it to the depot. Henry, we're going to auction this car. I've just run through it. He says, well, this thing looks like it's got the original cam belt. I'm like, what? He's like, I'm not even starting this car. The cam belt looks like it will break now. So cam belt service, oil filter, everything. How much? Guess.
$5,000.
600 Rand.
600 Rand.
$600, my friend. 600 Rand. Most globes for cars today cost like 1,000 Rand. $600. So on having a cheap service. Sorry.
Exactly. So VW Polo, Vivo, and TSI also. If you're going to flip the car in 2 years, if you want to buy one to not lose as much money as you do on most cars, is don't buy a spec car.
Not a spec
Buy the Trendline or the Comfort Line trim in the VW Polo.
Really?
You'll lose the least amount of money.
Really?
On that Polo. Because obviously, because they've got high demand, the cars that are spec'd up
More expensive.
are more expensive and they lose the most money quickly versus the Comfort Line and the Trend Line.
Now, on the flip side, we can have a Polo TSI with sunroof with 100,000 Ks selling for $299, and a Polo TSI without a sunroof with 50,000 Ks or 40,000 Ks selling for $299. The sunroof Polo is gone in 2 days.
Yeah.
The low mileage, low spec cars stays.
But if you trade that in, what's the price difference?
We pay more for the Polo with sunroof because it's in a high demand.
Significantly more.
Yeah. But that's maybe us. We may be an isolated.
Okay, so-
because we sell sunroofs and then the guys and girls get the car for
But you're
free.
playing right into my scenario
Yes. How?
because you're paying more for the Polo with the sunroof,
Yes.
but your margin's less on the Polo with the sunroof.
A lot less. 100%.
Yes. So that plays right into depreciation because the spec'd up car is going to depreciate faster and your margin's going to become thinner. You're not going to pay that strong forever on that car
Yes.
because
that's
your
true.
margin's thinner. Your margin's bigger on the Comfort Line or the Trend Line.
If you didn't know, we're in Pretoria North and some uncle just drove off here. I don't know what car that was, but we're in a properly built studio and we can still hear him. Sorry about that, my friend. That was distracting.
So then car number 3, which probably is no surprise, Suzuki Jimny.
Jimny. Suzuki Jimny, my friend.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
It's like
not a
it's
car.
like it's like a Mac.
Yes, it's a cult.
It's a cult.
We have Anna Marie in our office. F in our office. Drove a cool Pajero 2-door kick-ass car, 3.2, kitted, looking like. No, she bought a Jimny. I said to her, "Do you guys meet with cloaks and do rituals?" Because every single Monday I have to walk outside with her, and I have to look at this thing that she bought, and then it's a shovel that clips there, and it's like a Golf 1 MK1 that was still manufactured that we used to tune. That's a Jimny today,
Jimny is an unbelievable
and a
car.
-1 safety rating.
You'll likely get what you paid for it 2 years later.
Get what you paid for.
Especially the manual and base spec. So base specs,
You shocking me, my friend.
base specs seem to lose the least amount of money over time for the consumer. Because
Yeah.
the consumer wants the spec'd up car, but quite often can't afford the spec'd up car, so they go for the baseline.
It makes sense because even though the auto GLX top of the range will fetch more money, what did it lose in terms of what it costs new versus what you can
With
get
all
for
those
it now?
specs, exactly.
With all those specs.
Whereas the baseline retains its value for longer.
Yeah, because it comes out at 312,500 and you get
How low
300
can
after
you go?
2 years.
You can't get any lower than the baseline.
Interesting.
Car number 4, Isuzu D-Max.
Single or double cab? It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. 4x4.
4x4.
Yeah.
So we can't keep up. We don't even have one double cab at the moment. We don't have one single cab.
So farmers are after these cars.
Yes.
The D-Max.
Cheaper than the Toyota.
Yeah.
Just as reliable and strong.
So as much demand as the Hilux, but there's less supply.
Less supply than the Hilux.
That's what retains its value. Less supply. And then the fifth, you can put this in a category rather than a car, is second, but probably third hand, low mileage EVs.
Agree.
Because EVs take their biggest knock from new.
I know someone that took a knock from me. I'm sorry, my friend. Is it too soon?
You're right.
Is it too soon? Are you sure?
I'm sure. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry, my friend.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. You
I've lived through those lashes. It's fine. But secondhand EVs that especially the BMW i3.
I've got a story on the i3.
Those things have retained their value unbelievably, even although they're now got high mileages. The only thing you got to watch out for an EV, like a Chinese vehicle, is if you bought it on a deal.
On a deal.
Yes.
Ooh.
Never flip that car.
Keep it.
Don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Likely, if you bought it on a deal, keep it.
Yeah.
But don't buy an EV or a Chinese vehicle on a price deal, because that's an indication that that car is depreciating.
Yeah. Coming down.
I think some of the Chinese vehicles now that are going for 350,000 Rand, some of the special deals you can get them for like 280, 290.
Yeah. I've got a few on the floor just outside here that I got from the Chinese manufacturers.
That's an indicator of its future depreciation.
Yes. Yes.
If you buy it on a deal, there's
Yes.
a reason. There's a reason that car is cheaper.
There was,
If you're going to buy that car, it's not a flippable car in 2 years.
yeah, you have to hang on to it
You got to
4
keep
years,
it.
3-4 years at least.
At least 3 or 4 years. Then you'll likely mitigate. Then my next list is, what do you avoid?
Please,
If you buy these cars,
My brand mustn't be in there, please.
if you buy these cars, you got to. It doesn't make them unreliable.
It makes them.
It just makes them. They're just depreciating cars.
Okay.
Peugeot,
Peugeot.
Citroen,
Oof. Oui.
and most Renaults.
Most Renaults.
Yeah.
And most Renaults are good. But most Renaults lose money.
Yes. So it's not a reliability issue. Aren't all three of those French?
Yeah. Oui.
Oui.
Oui. So
Then there's another category. Luxury German sedans.
yeah, 7 Series.
Not SUVs.
7
So
Series S-Class.
C-Class, A4, 3 Series.
Luxury German sedans depreciate the most.
Depreciate the most. They're depreciation bombs.
Yeah.
And then most Chinese vehicles.
Most Chinese vehicles. I agree to that.
So the thing about Chinese vehicles is the depreciation curve, the long-term value hasn't been established yet. The second-hand market hasn't been established yet.
Was it 2.5, 3 years old? Realistically.
Realistically. So the second-hand market's not yet established. And you're getting very, very lucrative deals on new cars.
Yes.
The only thing that's going to turn that around is if the Chinese OEMs stop subsidizing the cars, if they're subsidizing them on entry in the country.
That's one of the things that could, and the second one is my theory on how to kill them.
Well, we can get into that next. And then the thing you will lose value on is if you buy a brand new EV. Out
Brand
the
new
box.
EV.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you buy a brand new EV, so EVs are still a wealthy person's game. You've got to buy it because you love to drive it, because it's cool.
I disagree. So
A brand new EV.
no. If you buy a used one.
Yeah, no, used, but we spoke about used.
Yeah.
Used, you can actually flip it and lose less money.
Yeah. No, a new one, I agree. So
Yeah, new one,
stay away.
yeah, this is the avoid list.
Yeah. I get a reach out on Instagram, DM. Hi, Bobby. Love your content. My wife has an i3 BMW. I live in Cape Town, and it's a 2022 model.
Yeah, but
22
that's
model.
a second-hand i3. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to lose money on that.
So, my friend, we buy the car. We make a ton of money. We did really well. Customer's also happy because he got a deal on the car he bought from us. But I'm driving this car to work, and you taught me this. I'm speaking to ChatGPT. So, ChatGPT, I'm driving a 2022 i3 BMW. And what would it cost me to fully charge this vehicle from zero to its maximum capacity, which is 260 kilometers at current ESCOM rates? When you don't have the luxury of quickly popping into a supercharger because there's nothing close to Mouse, come in like a cell phone, plug it in the wall. 102 Rand. Okay, so if you live in Pretoria and you work in Joburg, let's say it's a 140 kilometers commute. It will cost you 60 or 70 Rand for the trip both ways. Save a bunch of money, my friend. It makes sense in every way. It's
In every way, except the depreciation.
except the depreciation.
But on the
from
i3, it makes sense even because there's hardly depreciation.
Yes.
So if you can get your hands on a BMW i3, and you're doing Pretoria to Joburg for under 100 Rand,
My friend, it's for free.
it's for free. If you look after that battery, you're literally driving on thin air.
How do you look after the battery? What does that mean?
So those older i3s don't have the technology that the latest EVs have. So the battery management technology isn't as great as the current EVs. So the practices are don't charge it to full all the time.
Okay, so to like, because you can set it to
Yes.
80%.
Well, not in those i3s.
You can't in those.
Not in the older ones.
Okay, so you have to almost time it,
Yes, unless they updated the
software.
software, which
Okay.
I don't think they did.
So you shouldn't charge it to full all
And
the
don't
time.
let it get under 20%.
Okay.
So drive it between 20 and 80, and then sometimes charge it to full because you got to watch out for battery memory.
Okay.
And then you are literally driving on thin air.
Kick-ass car.
You're
Very nice.
using the sun.
Yeah.
And if you've
100%.
got solar in your house, you're driving for free.
for free, absolutely,
Absolutely
for
for
free.
free.
Good.
So avoid the depreciation. Buy yourself an EV, secondhand, and you'll be driving for free.
Awesome. Okay.
How to beat? So at the moment,
Yes.
a couple of years ago, Chinese penetration I think was at about 3%.
Yes.
I think that's 3x'd now.
So it's almost
About
creeping into double digits.
Almost double digits. Rumor has it that the market penetration of Chinese vehicles in South Africa could reach north of 20% by 2030.
North of 20%. That's devastating for everybody here.
In terms of vehicle sales.
Devastating.
So second-hand market's not yet established. Don't know what that's going to do. Depends on cars coming in. If cars coming in become more expensive, if international trade relations change with tariffs or whatever the case may be, which I don't see happening, their cars might become more expensive, which then will hold up the second-hand market. But at the current state of the situation that we're in now, we haven't established a proper second-hand market for Chinese vehicles yet. So let's assume for a second, current state of play continues. What would your strategy be?
Okay.
If you were a German manufacturer or a European car manufacturer, what would your strategy be to compete?
All right. So up to this point, we've had peacetime leaders run these behemoth companies. Peacetime leaders, in my opinion, are leaders that are super focused on efficiency. I've visited the BMW plant many, many times, and I've seen 3 Series being built, X3 being built, how everything is measured. The last time I was there, it got so detailed that we know how much sparks fly off each and every spot weld. That's how well-oiled machine we have here. We focus on efficiency. We focus on saving costs. We focus on optimal temperatures, optimal amount of paint that we use so that each and every car gets pumped out as cost-effective as possible and distributed all over the world as cost-effective as possible. Okay, that's a peacetime leader. And over the years, we get 0.3% better in this area, 0.6% better in that area, and that's how we've been able to scale. Peacetime leader. Okay? All of a sudden, you've got a disruptor which has never ever been this dominant coming into the markets all over the world. But let's focus on South Africa. And they go in 3 years and 2 years from 3 to double-digit percentages. Peacetime leadership. We spoke off camera, Kiara. You mentioned that the VW leadership described the increase of the polar price as a dilution between multiple countries. So sort of like evening out, it's more expensive to manufacture here, it's less expensive here. Let's sort of get an average and push that average price onto the world economy. Is that how I understood it?
Yes, so it's more taking up the date of other countries and shifting it globally so that they can make up the date in other countries.
Okay, so cost shifting.
Yeah.
All right. And how's that worked out for them? Not great, right? Results are poor. Here's me as a wartime leader. All right. The molds that we've owned for the last 20 years for the Polo Vivo model, I'm sure they've been paid off multiple times. Okay, we do have them. Why don't we, and it will cause a problem, but I've got a solution to the problem. Why don't we bring out a Polo Vivo at 199,900, brand new car? Okay, how do we save face?
Flood the market with the baseline.
100%. How do we save face with the consumers that have bought that same vehicle for 249,900? Very easy. If your vehicle is maintained, we will give you a 3-year extension on service plan and a 2-year extension of warranty. Everybody smiles. Everybody's happy. Nobody will kick a riot. The under 200,000 Rand market, which, by the way, the Chinese are coming for. I've heard rumors with a Cherry Pro 2 and a Cherry Pro 3 that will come in at 189,900. Okay, so
Where do you get a car for 189,900 now?
Yeah, it's coming from China. Okay, so that market we immediately take full control of. We take it back. Okay, the one Chinese car which copy and paste into different looks.
So force them into a price war.
100%. 100%. Can VW do it? I bet you they can. There's no new innovation. There's no R&D, research and development and market and go and study this and data. Just
Well,
make it cheaper.
we manufacture the
Here,
VW
right
Polo.
here.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay. The one Chinese car that morphs into many is the Cherry Tiggo 4. Okay. Sometimes it looks like a Cherry Tiggo 4. Sometimes it looks like an Omoda. Sometimes it looks like a Jetour. At its core, it's the same car. Okay. That car comes in sometimes at 339, sometimes at 439. Just, different makeup and different skirt and different shoes. Sometimes it wears stiletto. Sometimes it looks like it's wearing tags. Same thing. Okay. The mold that we've manufactured the VW Tiguan and T-Cross has been paid off decades ago. All right. Bring in a Tiguan at under 400. Total domination. Immediately. Because if you're driving a Tiguan at 130 and you switch off the radio and you're driving a version of the Cherry Tiggo 4 Pro Max, whatever it is, in the version that you find it in the Chinese car at 120, it sounds like you're in an aeroplane going 900 because of the wind noise. And it's cheaper because it's built cheaper. I'm not batting them. It's a fact. It's just go and drive one.
Well, I mean, there's something that I said the other day, which I think kind of sums up what you're saying. It's they have built the quality of the car to 80%, but the price of the car to 60%. So they haven't got to 100% of the European quality. They've got to 80%, but they've got a 20% price differential.
Yeah.
That's where the value for money changes.
Awesome analogy. Awesome. So all of a sudden, if Kia goes and does that, and Hyundai goes and does that, and the entry-level Audis go and do that, the entry-level BMWs go and do that, all of a sudden, if there's a very minute price difference, which one would you buy? And that's how you stop them. But I believe Toyota as well. Toyota don't really have. They do now with the Rumion, but it's not the same because it doesn't have the tech. It's more primitive. So yes, it carries the badge, but peacetime leadership has led us to the point where the CEO of Toyota South Africa is actually pleading to the government, saying, "Help, Toyota." Would you have believed that 5 years ago?
And when Africa's painted red from Toyota.
Yes. So they're coming after your lunch, and they've already started eating your lunch. So peacetime leadership can just, carry on with the blinkers on, with the blinders on, and let's see where we are in 5 years. In 3 years, we're going to be, or 4 years, we're going to be at 30%. And maybe in 5 years, we're at 60%. Who knows?
Don't know. So if I unpack the strategy you're putting on the table is a volume with value for money. So you're taking a solid car that doesn't have wind noise.
Trusted by the country.
Trusted by the country. So volume and value. Your second point you made was a warranty war.
On the existing consumer to save face, because if I paid $249.9 for my Polo Vivo and all of a sudden it comes out like, where did my 50 grand go? Well, it didn't go anywhere.
So create a warranty war, because some of the Chinese vehicles have lifetime.
Well, on paper, 150,000 kilometers.
Like a
million only on the first owner. So that's the catch.
Yeah.
But then also a 1 million kilometer warranty, and the service plan, let's say, ends at 90. What will it cost you to service that vehicle there up to 1 million kilometers?
Don't know. Then your third point was create a used car moat. So how do you realize a used car moat? Because these second-hand buyers that have bought these cars at 250,000 rand are going to be upset.
Well, you compensate them. You give them an extended warranty, and you give them a service plan. If you do that, everybody's happy. And when you want to trade it in, your car is more valuable because it has an extended warranty. And it has an extended service plan. Yes.
Then a thing I thought about just now was exporting to Africa. What about exporting used cars to Africa?
Used cars.
Rather than new.
Brilliant idea, because it frees up the demand for new cars. If you can get a kick-ass price, you won't believe how many people from Zambia and Namibia are reaching out. Uncle Bobby, love your content. Can we buy cars from you? What's the VAT situation? There's no situation, brother. You pay it here and you claim it that side. Can't you invoice me without VAT? No, we can't, because we have to pay VAT and we have to claim it back that way. We can't do that. So
So then, in the end, you got to ask the question. So Toyota cares because Toyota's shouting.
yes,
Do the Germans care?
well, they should, because they're about to lose all their manufacturing plants inside Germany to the Chinese. So you're going to have German plants manufacturing a version of the Cherry Tiggo 4 Pro Max Plus,
That's
whatever
why I
it is.
say, do the Germans care?
Well, they have to start caring. And if they don't, then it is what it is. Then they're just going to lose. So peacetime leadership versus wartime leadership.
Interesting time to be alive.
I just want to see a war, man. I love, my friend, I love...
It's a metaphorical war in
Yeah,
business.
a trade war, a business war. I love the fact, like, I was the biggest Chinese car supporter. I'm like, you go, boy. These cars look great. They flipping well
Well, the
priced.
80-60 principle.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
well priced. Like, where's the answer?
Yeah.
Like a year later, where's the answer? 2 years later, still no fucking
Yeah,
answer.
I think I agree with you. It's not. I'm not anti-Chinese vehicles,
I'm not anti-Chinese vehicles either.
but I am pro the consumer.
And I'm anti-bully.
And being pro the consumer, you've got to have an answer to a product within a reasonable amount of time that says, okay, the consumer's actually going to benefit here. Consumers benefiting out of the Chinese vehicles, great. Okay, well, I think you put it well. Where is the European vehicle answer?
Yeah. It's like somebody's...
They should hire Bobby onto their board.
Absolutely. I'm available Saturdays from 3-ish until Sunday night 10-ish.
What are you doing between 12 and 6 in the morning?
I'm working for them. The rest of the time I'm mid-max. During the week I'm mid-max. Sorry, take it.
Taken.
Yes.
Car scammers. You've been calling these scammers lately.
Yes.
So how do they operate? What are they doing? They're cloning Mitmax brand.
Not only mid-max. So the more cases we end up with on our tables, the more sophisticated it seems to be becoming.
And do they
it's-
care? Because I listened to some of those calls.
No.
They're very, very sure of themselves.
Very, yeah, 100%. And I think, and I'm going to point fingers at the police, because they treat this as a civil case instead of a criminal case. And I've got logical arguments why I feel it's a criminal case. It's fraud. It's criminal. They basically build a profile. Today, if you have access to the internet and a smartphone, you can do almost anything. You can steal someone's profile picture. You can copy their website. We had a discussion. I don't know if we can bring it up about the website being copied. We'll talk about it another time. You can copy someone's website. You can steal someone's profile. You can steal someone's photos of the website, and then
Well, you can clone the whole thing.
Yeah, create a catalog. There is multiple branches that we have, multiple managers, multiple salespeople. Some salespeople resign, some get fired. We're constantly hiring new talent. So staff turnaround in the motor industry is high.
Yeah.
Well,
Traditionally, it's been high.
Yes. Okay. So this person creates a whole profile. It looks real, using
Business profile.
using the right location, using our scripts. How do you get our script? Well, you inquire for a car. So what happens now? Well, I'm interested. Send me an offer to purchase. Boom, you copy the offer to purchase in real time. So everything looks
Legit.
like our own documents. Only the name and the surname is changed, and obviously the email addresses differ, because now it's a Gmail account. So that's the first
That's the
telltale
first
sign.
flag.
Yes.
But there's a bigger flag.
Yes,
Price of the car.
price of the car. But we'll get there, because that's connected to greed.
Yes.
And I'm sorry I say it, and people get upset when I say it, but I'm not gonna go as deep as you deserve to be caught, because nobody deserves to be a victim of a crime. But you are using the part of your brain that allows greed to creep in and make decisions, and then you're buying a Toyota Corolla for 70,000 Rand when in fact that car is worth 250. And
Well,
trust
you're
me,
not buying a car for 70,000 because you'll never see the car.
yeah, yes. So what they do is
You're buying the dream of a car for 70,000.
Yes.
For $5,000.
yes, for $5,000. So what they do is this is now what we've investigated and found out. They see us doing auctions on TikTok, and they've seen our auction that we did together, and they know that there was a lot of attention around those. Number one. So this vehicle is going on auction, and the starting bid is 75,000 rand. Okay. So the starting bid already seems like, okay, they're starting at low because they want people to bid up. They want more
Yeah.
interest. And to register for the auction, it's between 5 and 7,500 rand. So there's the first amount of money. Once you pay that, then the next set of schemes that come in is, well, we could sell it to you before the auction. However, you're going to have to pay 100,000 rand because this car might end up at 200,000 rand. So if you want me to remove it, then you're going to have to pay 100,000 rand. And my friend, I've had how many people reach out to say, I've lost this much money, I've lost that much money. Once you pay them, they obviously take that money out of the account and they flee. Phone is off, not recorded. Still lots of unrecorded numbers on the black market. You can buy SIM cards that have zero attachment to no
Anyone.
people. And
My
that's the
word.
problem. What we're trying to do is, and hopefully we'll be successful before the show is, but if not, it's okay. What we're trying to do is actually get banking details from one of these people. They just refuse to send it to us. Maybe because we ask
They know.
qualified questions.
For me, the biggest telltale sign is just do one thing. Go onto Auto Trader and go and put the make model variant into our valuation tool. And if that car is not priced at the value that, or in the value range that we return, that's too good to be true. It's likely a scam.
Yeah.
We interrogate tens of thousands of vehicles on an ongoing basis. So Auto Trader knows what a car should be selling for. And if a car is going for 70 grand and it actually is selling for 200 grand, it's too good to be true.
Yeah. So some of these guys are so bold that they actually meet potential customers on a dealership floor.
On your floor.
On a
Or
dealership
a dealership floor.
haven't been done on our floor.
Okay.
On a dealership floor and have an exchange, take a deposit, EFT deposit, not inside the office, on the floor, wearing that particular dealership's clothing or brand of clothing or having a Hyundai badge and taking a holding deposit. I've received those cases as well. So how do you go to the dealer's floor, negotiate a deal with someone, and not go in the office to do paperwork?
What
How
would you do if you caught someone on your floor wearing a Mid-Mac t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Would you recognize them as not an employee?
Yeah, I would. I know all our
I mean,
stuff.
most dealerships
Yeah.
are not as big as yours.
Yeah, no, I definitely would, 100%. Because
So-
I spend a lot of time with the salespeople in training.
Surely that dealership would, oh, who's that person? They knew. Come, let's do induction.
It depends, my friend, because if you have a franchise dealership, it's wired differently. You've got a DP that sits in his office, looks at numbers and whatever a DP looks at. You've got the F&I team, and then you've got salespeople that are scattered or on lunch or on a test drive. You could pull this off.
Gee whiz.
You could pull this off. It's scary. So, yeah, go inside the office, ask for a cup of coffee, sit at a table, fill out the paperwork, look around, greet people before you pay any
Moral
money.
of the story is transactions need to be underpinned with trust. And Auto Traders deals with most dealerships in the country. If they're not on Auto Trader,
Red flag.
first red flag.
Yeah, of course.
If they're not on Auto Trader, first red flag. Second red flag is if the price is too good to be true.
Yeah.
Because you need to dig into the trust by the other consumers of that dealership before you part even with 5,000 Rand.
Of course. 5,000 rand is a lot of
It's
money.
a lot
my
of
friend.
money. And if you're getting a 30, 40,000 rand discount on the retail value of a car online off the bat,
Red flag.
red flag.
Don't pay.
How many
money
red
off.
flags do you want to show this bull?
Yeah, and the more we're bringing this up, the more it's
Morphing.
And the more aware people become, to the point where my phone number is everywhere, like literally everywhere. And I'm chatting to people and they say, no, is this a scam or is this you? And I take a selfie. I'm not a scammer. It's me. Okay, cool. Let's continue.
Good point. Actually, good point.
Yes.
If you see a car online advertised by Mitmac Motors, ping Bobby, ask
Yeah.
for a selfie.
To the point where my friend, quick story.
I wonder if
we-
AI can make a selfie of you for me.
yeah. So we're selling a 950,000 rand X5 to a gentleman in Cape Town, and he's freaking excited. And the salesperson's telling him about the Swarovski crystal gear lever. Have you seen those? I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
60,000 rand for a crystal gear lever. It's freaking kick-ass. It's a waste of money, but it looks cool. And at night it like shines, sparkles. It's pretty cool. So he says, well, I'm about to pay 950,000 rand over into your account. I've never like done business with you. I don't know if you guys are in Pretoria North or where you are. So can the guy from TikTok phone me? So I said, okay, so video call. Here's the car. Here I am. Here's your salesperson. Here's your invoice. Here's the banking details. Are you happy? Yes, I'll push pay.
Lovely. That's the way to do it. Like, ask 7 questions, and if you're not comfortable, go to the location
Yeah.
of where that car or that dealer is.
Even if you're in Cape Town, fly. A flight ticket is 3 grand return.
Less than 5 grand, you're going to lose.
Yeah. But if you have to part way with 900,000 rand and it's a scam, that's a bitter pill to swallow, my friend.
Last light-hearted topic. I know absolutely nothing about the Met Gala. I don't even think I'd ever attend the Met Gala.
It's in America, right?
Yes. It's like the Durban July.
Why haven't they invited us, my friend? Maybe they don't have our updated email addresses.
Maybe. Is there a spur there?
So,
What would you wear to the Met Gala, and what car would you go in,
so,
and why? You're going to be surprised at my answer.
so Kanye West made his girlfriend wear nothing to the Met Gala. Am I right, Kiara? That was what he did. So she pitched up there like all natural. Okay. So how do I beat that? The only way to beat that is to wear Bobby's My Hobby t-shirt. my friend. That's what I'm wearing. For 2 weeks, every day I'm doing chest and arms, stomach in, fasting, Bobby's My Hobby t-shirt. I've arrived. What am I driving? Jeez, must be an M car. Something loud.
Something loud.
Like a M3. Yeah. Like the yellow one we drove the other day.
And then obviously with the pants.
With the?
With the pants.
With the pants.
Which pants?
Only mentioned a shirt, so
Oh, yeah. Pants compulsory. Yeah, fuck. Definitely pants. Definitely
Otherwise,
pants,
you'd be in Kanye West's.
Yeah. I'm not part of Kanye's crew. Kanye's crazy, man. I'm not that crazy. What are you wearing? What are you driving, my friend?
I mean, I'd probably go in a suit.
A suit.
The suit.
Like
Yeah.
3-piece pin.
3-piece proper suit. That's it. Well,
Like a Tom Ford.
don't know about Armani, but I'd go in a suit.
Suit. What are you driving?
Aston Martin.
Like James Bond, my friend.
Yeah.
Like okay. I can see you pull that off. 100%. I'm going Bobby's My Hobby, revving my M3 outside there, pulling donuts. And you pull up next to me and be like, I don't know this fucking guy.
Who's that guy with a car that goes choo 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 choo?
He's not really South African. He jumped the border. He's not one of us. Awesome. Kick-ass episode, my friend.
Love it.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Boom.